Hello everyone, this is StarCraft 12, and today we have a new Rustage reaction. This is a cipher, the Hashira rap cipher. It is a Demon Slayer song. I still don't know anything about Demon Slayer. I just want to clarify right now, bars are going to go over my head. But we've got a lot of people. This is a 6-minute song, like almost exactly. Let's see, Rustage is Rengoku, Muichiro Tokito, Muichiro Tokito is played by Yayu. Mitsuri, there's the credits right there. I don't know these names, and I'm not Japanese, so I'm going to mispronounce the fuck out of them. So I'm not going to even bother. I like how the fact that Rustage specifically capitalized Rengoku and everybody else is not. But there we go. So we've got Yayu, HalaCG, Schwabity, Gunner Quest, Ham Sandwich, Sa, Cam City, and Black Diamonds. So an interesting lineup. Some of these people I've never heard of before, and I'm about to. So link will be in the description below if you want to watch this without my commentary, because I will be pausing and talking about it. Let's get into this. This is a 6-minute song, so this is going to be a long reaction. Yeah, let's turn this up and get right on it.
New degrees are turning off the gas. Through the trees I turn a mob to ash. Fruit machine, I'm dropping squads like cash. Bring a red sun like I'm from Japan. I go off the rails, I'm causing tracks. I be on your tails, I best watch your back. Like a coffin nail to go knock 'em flat. I'm conducting trains like I'm top 'em hats. Shut it down, a true strike. We got eclipse like suns, the moonlight. We write the script like rolling.
I caught the top 'em hat one. The Thomas the Tank Engine. It was so smooth. I would have caught it and not reacted to it if it wasn't for the fact it was so blatant.
You dice it 2 times like using blaze and 2 strike. Look at my gold stars are too nice. Way that I mold bars of pure light. I've got a bold heart, I got a whole fast. See the pole dance like Umai. 10 big rounds with a gap in my chest, and I act like the best cause I am, bitch. I bring lights to the shadow of the death. Understand at the end like an asterisk. They gonna say that my tracking immense like it's after effects. I do damage. 8d6 with my magical breath when they battle the left doing cantrips.
Yo, get into it. He moving that fishbowl on display, I think he clueless. My head in that ozone off the mist, I'm about to lose it. He missed cause he don't aim me, looking tight cause I feel ruthless. Act like I'm a fruit cause my machismo incongruent. Pussy, just know if you try me then I'm still gon' fucking do it. PTSD, I'm stuck in the mist about it, them cold sweats never leave. Pray I'll crash, so what I'm reaping now, no, I always got death in me. Chop expensive, I bought it to steal your soul, about to make this killing blow. Brain fog heavy but no, still see the road, hit run like I need to go. I always do this shit while I'm half asleep, I'm on 85 speeding home. Mike J. Fox, you would have to go back with me. Gotta let these people know I'm not playing.
Okay. I think Hola's next on the list. So before we get to her, Rustage, literally fire, which is, kind of, it's expected of both Rustage and anything related to Rengoku. I know that much about Rengoku. So that was fantastic. I didn't really comment on it simply because I forgot to pause. Yayu, again, never heard of you before. I like your flows. I like what you're doing here. I'll have to listen to some of your more independent stuff, so that, on your own, the stuff that you've created before, to really get a good feel and judge, like, whether or not you're going to be something that I would listen to in the future. But based on what I hear about this, I think so. And that's just because, personal preference causes me to like things and not like things. And that's, everybody's got their own things. Everybody has their own interests that they would like. So I feel like I might have heard you once or twice on other ciphers before, but I genuinely don't think I've actually looked you up. So I'll have to do that after this reaction. But what you did do in this cipher was really good. I really enjoyed it. So let's get to Hala. Let's see what she has to bring to this.
I'm out looking for a man. What I'm told to me when I push no one can. Hit him, they get slammed down and I got mad pounds and I stand proud to go fly. Urban demons with a flip and I pull it back. Hoping that it's difficult with skill on the track. Killing them with catalyst showers, catching doubters, setting up a dude, a clown to get clapped. Watching for the forms, often want more. Chasing awards, I give them psych. Winning this war, feel no remorse. Look at the lore, we're not alike. You hurt my friends, I'm all for content, control force to get to keep you warned. Yeah, I'm sweet as a cake store. I got the cake store, bad sides of wind, love storm. Ayy, feeling like I can make that to my comrades, they pile up and stack on me. Catching blaze, making me shake, I go ravaging, sad, but I'm managing all of the stakes. Made a mistake, trying to shut my strength away. I will not let myself break, so I'll be great. Stood here today, with all the kindness through all of the pain.
Solid. Solid. Definitely not my favorite Hala feature. She did pretty good. I feel like I'd probably understand it a little bit more if I actually had seen Demon Slayer and I knew the character. But, you know, I liked the flow. I like what she was doing with her raps. I liked overall what she had going with this particular verse. It just wasn't my personal favorite, like, Hala verse. I feel like I've heard better. And I feel like I've heard better recently. So this feels like almost not quite a step back, but at least a step down from where I feel like she has been, especially with her own stuff. Not necessarily disappointing because it's still really good. And I did still really enjoy it. It might just be because of the fact I don't know the character. There could be some context in there that I am just missing. But overall, pretty decent. I liked it.
Hey, okay.
Here comes
Man, I'm way
Schwabity.
too wavy. Put demons down in the ground when I water the corpse. I be raising daisies after my break, giving pain like pastry. In a way, you'll take me. Two-tone drip in the blade, work crazy. Black, blue steel unsheathed from the scene to the sea, but I ain't with Navy. Water former, get him drawn and quartered, so I separate bodies like the Panama Canal. Torches more, but get him waterboarded till the sun comes up, where your stamina's run out. You're in deep with a deep blue, so far gone that a mariner could drown. Wet up a chest, make a demon's t-shirt see-through, bet that the cameras come out. Murder in the first degree, like I'm working on my bachelor's. A Rokadaki top student, even that MC isn't gonna pass me up. Beating me? Seriously, you're joking, mate, you got me cracking up. If you overstay upon the ocean waves, I bring the cracking up. Plugged in with equipment decked, got a snake in the peripheral, razor tech. Custom blade that is made to spec on the GUI and interfacing threats. Bad mouth, she's sitting upon it regardless, riding without no harness. Baby in pink and braless, dove and goes for the cobra and knows how to charm it. These bitches have been synthetic, got a hidden instead of get the skin. Try to kill courtesy beneath that he was been embedded right round smackdown. That sound like a kink fetish, getting rip shredded like a gym head is fucking impressive. Look at him like a fucking I'll just charge as it go like sim credit. Better bring medic, get popped in your top fucking ring. Big better side flipping neck, he's pissed the bed. Prick left line in the wet patch. Misdirect, disconnect. I advise that you head back. Now you want your head back. Tried this tech but his breast stack. Now you're all out of time like jet lag. Are you deaf lad? If you enter this pit with me, it's a death trap.
I didn't pause after Schwabity's because I didn't realize that it had switched to Connor Quest until I'd say maybe 9 or 10 lines in. And by then I actually noticed that there was a difference in the character. They flowed together so well. I think what took me aback was that they slowed down the tone of the instrumental for Schwabity's and they kept it for Connor's, and it just went from one character to the next without any kind of transition. There was no pause, there was no nothing. Connor just picked up right where Schwabity left off, and because of that, it threw me off. Both of them killed their sections. Like, I really enjoyed that, I think, more than anybody else on this cipher so far. Schwabity and Connor together, like, at one giant chunk, they did so good together with this. And I know they probably weren't intending to have their sections merge like that, but I genuinely did not even pick up that they'd switched because Connor came in kind of soft and Schwabity exited a little suave. Now, I'm sorry, swapped. Schwabity exited softly, and then Connor came in softly there, and because of that I just didn't differentiate their voices. They sounded too similar on their exit and entrance, and yeah, that's why it took me so long. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on. I'm gonna stop talking for a moment. Gotta recollect my thoughts and listen to more music.
Move at the wind if I catch him, I clip from the mission, my final deliverance. Light as a feather, I move uninhibited. Blinking, you miss it, potential is limitless. Cut through a syndicate, skill with a green beam. Moving south, I can't ever be seen. Wet up a demon, he feeling the sea breeze. You ain't making the A, B, or C team. Little bro demon when you hit him with a chop. You hear pop, pop, or you see a nigga drop. I seen a lot, so I ain't never gonna stop till the bloodshed of the undead get a clot. I can tend to be impulsive and push it, the culprit, and run upon a nigga with a full clip and pull it. In my penetrator box, no protection. Yes, test him. I'm a savage with a weapon. They hit perfection.
1 second. Who is that? That was Ham. Okay, that's what I thought.
It's a blessing if I bleed him, as if he's sneezing. Wipe his nose if I bless you. He's preaching. I leave him holy on the slab, but this is not at all. You know this has to be his anyway, the saber all of his body's death's faded. I guarantee that all of my opposites are overrated. They're scarring from a face, from a waist, and they're never fading away until all my enemies die. My blade is faded.
Float like a butterfly, yeah. Sting inside your right eye. 6 times I'm fibbing about all the grinning. It's in an toxic, will never deny it. Ain't that the truth?
Switch it up
so
again.
Pretty and you know so bad for you. Inside of the booth, fluid, my poison be coming from out of the tube. What do you know? Say you don't. Wanna get coastal? No, my flow be like them other bitches that say they with it. Not they hit, they created limit. Smile, bruh, I stay livid. I'm melting you in like 7 minutes, and all the while I keep my eyes off you. That's a minute. Yo, hey, tell me what you wanna say. Doing this shit every day. Wasting away on this was mysterious. Wisteria in hysteria. Yes, it really was. Didn't do it, didn't enough. Cut 'em up, I thought I step out on set up. Demon stays on her and set up. I'm beastin', we out like we beastin', get in the meeting.
Okay, okay. Ham, I was vibing with Ham. I actually was really sad when Ham's section ended, because I was really vibing with what he decided to bring to that. Saw the switch up, the spit, what do you call it? The instrumental speeding back up and Saw taking over. It threw me off for a second, but she did a really good job of making sure that like every single word that she delivered had impact. And again, I think I've heard her on a cipher before, but I don't remember. She might have been on like the Villains of Anime cipher or something like that, or the Ladies of Anime or something like that I've heard. I don't remember. But she did a great job of doing exactly what she came to do, which was rock our socks off. That was great. I really enjoyed her performance, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing Demon Slayer and seeing her character, so I can get a little bit more context on the character. I'm hopefully doing that soon, because I've just recently gotten Crunchyroll. But anyway, yeah, I kind of wanted Hams to go on a little bit longer, and when Saw took over, it was just really abrupt, but I did enjoy it. All right, so now we got Cam City and Black Diamonds coming in next. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've heard Black Diamonds before, so I'm looking forward to that, especially with him playing Tenguin, Uzui, who I've heard a few songs of, or about rather. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Black Diamond does that. But let's get to Cam City first.
Alone after he cheated his death, the giant soldier is stone, but he can't be on defense. He had to work till he's grown, put in his team through the test, and tell the myth of Sisyphus is just how we get in reps. Goddamn. Blind man, but the world's transparent. Been in war since he was orphaned, and I learned fam perished when they died. Heard the wails, melt the cries as they flail, so I turned it to a weapon when it's time to impale. To remind of the tale of a kind that they slayed. I could die any night, so I can't be afraid. As I spark of my mark and my heart starts to break, I know me and Muzan share a fate as a fader.
That was one of the most subdued and smooth Cam Steady's like verses that I have ever heard. Like, I know that Cam can do that, but he doesn't do it very often because he normally is known for bringing energy and bringing impact and bringing intensity that very few people can keep up with. So him just being I was waiting for it, honestly. I was waiting for him to jump into one of his screaming parts, and he didn't. He stayed pretty low-key, pretty mellow the entire time, and it fit the vibe of the rest of the artists on here. He didn't, like, do anything that was spectacular, but in and of itself, that alone made him sound great. And, you know, I think mostly that's because of the fact that it fit what everybody else has been doing. So I give him props for that, because it didn't feel like he was trying to one-up everybody else. It didn't feel like he brought the intensity to scream everybody else out of existence. He did exactly what he was intending to do, which was to, you know, rap his part and play his character, and he did so wonderfully. But now we're getting to the final one with Black Diamond. So let me see if I've actually remember who Black Diamond is. Again, I don't think I've heard him on or them on a track before. I could be wrong though. It's entirely possible he was they were featured somewhere, and I did hear, and it's been a while. So let's see if I can refresh my memory.
I reach souls with these, two cuts in this soul is free. My faction soul elite, can't lose, I got hoes to feed.
His voice does sound familiar, so I think I've heard him before. I just don't remember where. It had to have been on a cipher, because I don't think I've looked him up before.
I ain't sparing them, I thought he gon' go with me. He want me to come be one of them, but I got loyalty. Ain't hard to visualize, I pull up with 3 different wives. I do this for all my brothers who ain't get to shine. Blood run cold when I like theirs and they can't get the mine. When I cut his head off, it's a candid, bitch, it's picture time. My chain keep my blazes hat. I come, they gon' fade to black. My hoes rotate gracefully. Come home with my favorite act. Demons move around me swift, but I ain't scared, we train for that. He died, bring all his peace, but I can't cry, we pray for that.
Okay. Definitely wasn't my favorite verse in that song. I kind of wish that it had gotten a little bit harder at the end. Would have been a good way of ending it. So, I mean, I guess because of that, I'd have to say that my personal favorite was probably Ham, followed by Schwabity and Connor, like in order, and then Cam. I think those were my my favorites in order on this one. I kind of wished that Cam had been the one to end, because if he had ramped things up at the end, it would have made perfect sense. And it would have like really been a good way of ending the cipher. I feel like it should have gone Black Diamond first and then Cam Steady, but I guess because of the characters they were doing, that wouldn't have made sense, because everybody knows who Tenguin is. And that's I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that name, but everybody knows who he is. But like, was Gyose? I think Gyomei. I feel like Gyomei, because I don't know anything about him. I don't know for sure, but I feel like he probably would not have been a good character to end the cipher on. This was the perfect character to end the cipher on, just like Rengoku was the perfect one to intro the cipher with. So if Cam Steady and Black Diamond had switched parts, that probably would have made more sense to me, because then Cam could have just gone completely ballistic, and it would have been a great way to end the cipher. Black Diamond, I feel like just was a little too subdued for the way the cipher could have ended, and because of that, it just didn't really. It feels like there should be something else. It feels like there should be one more, but there isn't. So like the cipher was great, but like the way it ended, I feel like could have been better. The last feature should have been Cam, I think. But that's just my personal opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And like I said, go support all these artists. Go run these up. Go like, comment, and subscribe. Go show Rustage and everybody else some love. And that's it for me. So thank you for joining me. I am Arkoff12, and I shall see you in the next video.